This trolleybus system is quirky. It has only 3 actual places where trolleybuses can turn around. But there are many ways to get between these places. It also has one trolleybus model, but of this model there are some interesting variants that serve various unique purposes and routes. This is the trolleybus system of Tychy. Tychy is a city in the south of Poland, close to larger cities such as Katowice, and part of the Upper Silesian Metropolitan Region. It is home to over 121,000 inhabitants, and is well known for its automotive production and brewery. And it is home to one of the 3 trolleybus systems in Poland. The trolleybus system of Tychy is relatively young, making its appearance only in the early 1980s. During this period, high oil prices got cities to experiment with other forms of traction, and electricity was one of the cheaper options. In many cities with tram systems, this meant a reversal of their destructive policies, and trams became favorable again. But for cities without tram systems, trolleybuses were an option they took into consideration. For the metropolitan area around Katowice, testing trolleybuses would be a more complicated feat, due to the extensive tram system in the Upper Silesian area. However, Tychy was not connected to this tram system, and the size of this city, together with its wide roads and appropriate bus ridership, made Tychy a perfect testing ground. The first line of the trolleybus network was opened on the 30th of September 1982. Over the next couple of years, the network grew quickly, and by October 1986, the network already consisted of 4 lines. In 1992, the decision was made to change the line numbers into letters, as the previous numbering was overlapping with the bus routes. The network stayed relatively stable for the period until 2002, when the new line E opened. Afterwards, the 2010s were a period of extensions and renewal of the fleet, after the EU invested in the region of Upper Silesia to purchase new vehicles and upgrade the infrastructure. In the 2020s, the introduction of the Solaris Trollino 12s of the 4th generation saw an even further expansion. Which brings us to the network of today. This is the trolleybus system of Tychy. There's no exact network length documented, but it is estimated that there are some 40 kilometers of overhead wires in Tychy. Similar to the overhead wires of the Upper Silesian tram system, trolleybuses collect their current from 660 volt DC overhead wires, and there's one depot on the network. Let's now take a look at the lines. Line A, dworzec PKP to Zajezdnia. Line B, dworzec PKP to Sikorskiego Viaduct. Line C, dworzec PKP to Zajezdnia, but using a different route than Line A. Line D, dworzec PKP to Zajezdnia, but again using a different route. Occasional services make their loop to Zajezdnia via Strefowa Street. Line E, Sikorskiego Viaduct to Biegoni via an anti-clockwise loop. Then an odd cookie, Line F, Szpital Wojewódzki to Hotelowiec or Biegoni, and then back to Szpital Wojewódzki. This line does not use any turning loops, but the end of the route at Szpital Wojewódzki are always on the opposite side of the street. It will then continue with the opposite route, forming the shape of an 8 through the city. Line G, Sikorskiego Viaduct to Hotelowiec. It is the opposite of Line E and follows a clockwise loop. And finally, Line H, dworzec PKP to Szpital Wojewódzki. It follows a big zigzag route all over Tychy and is either operated by trolleybuses with a larger battery capacity or regular electric buses. This video about the trolleybus system of Tychy is part of an already 48 episode long series of videos of transport systems. I would love to show you many more in the future, therefore it will be really helpful if you like my video and subscribe to my channel. Let's now take a look at the trolleybus fleet. The trolleybus fleet of Tychy is interesting, as it is only made up of Solaris Trollino 12s. However, it does not say that there is no variety, as there are a couple of different variants of these trolleybuses. We'll start with the Trollino 12s of the 3rd generation. Here is also a split, where there are 15 trolleybuses of the subtype Trollino 12MB. They have a small battery, allowing them to travel up to 5 km without overhead wires. This capability can be used in case of accidental disconnection. Then there are also 4 Trollino Trolino 12s with electrical equipment by Škoda, which Tychy took over from Lublin. It is the 4th generation of Solaris Trollino 12s where the innovation in trolleybuses really shines. The first subtype is the Trolino 12 MD, which is equipped with batteries that allow it to drive up to 25 km without overhead wires. This allows for regular off-wire extensions of trolleybus routes. There are 3 Trolino 12 MDs in Tychy. But then there is another subtype that surprised me even more. There's the Solaris Trollino 12 Electric, which is a trolleybus model whose batteries can be charged through overhead wires, as well as through a plug. The batteries of this subtype allow the trolleybus to drive up to 50 km without charging. This, therefore, enables an oddball route like Line H. And finally, there are 2 Solaris Urbino 12 electric buses, which are also used on Line H. Tychy's public transport company also has a Škoda 14TR, but as an historic model. Let's now take a look at the future developments of this trolleybus system. The major development for the trolleybus system of Tychy will be the delivery of another 18 Solaris Trollino 12s by the end of this year. This order was signed by the end of last year. The trolleybuses will receive their electrical equipment from Škoda. This batch of Trollino 12s will be able to drive up to 20 km without being connected to the overhead wires. And that's it for the trolleybus system of Tychy. Click over here for my video about the Upper Silesian tram system, which is very nearby. And as always, thank you very much for watching.